Good day, everyone. And our topic for this day is about writing the general term of the sequences. So in here, when we have the sequences, we are going to represent the number of terms as n. So we have n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So when we have n is equal to 1, that term, we are referring to the first term. When we have n is equal to 2, we are referring to the second term, and so on. So, for example, we have the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Okay, in here, we all know that 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15 ay divisible by 3. Okay? So, pwede natin masabi na yung ating sequence is a sub n is equal to 3 times n. Okay, with respect dun sa ating number of term. Okay, so for example, when we look for the a sub 1 is equal to 3 times, ang n natin is 1. So, 3 times 1 equals 3. So, pasok siya doon sa ating first term. Okay, let us try the fifth term. If we have a sub 5 is equal to 3 times 5, then it is equal to 3 times 5, we have 15. Ito ba ay parehas doon sa fifth term ng ating sequence? Yes. Okay. So, therefore, we may say that the general term of this sequence is a sub n is equal to 3n. Another way to rewrite the general term of this sequence is to identify kung ito ba ay arithmetic or geometric sequence. Okay, so for us to know kung ito ay arithmetic or geometric, tingnan natin yung differences. Kapag nakita natin na same ang differences, therefore, arithmetic ang ating ginagamit. Okay, but when it comes to a time na ang sequence natin ay magkakaroon ng magkakaibang differences, we will test kung meron silang common ratio. Okay, so in here, anong gagawin natin sa 3 to obtain 6? Okay, so plus 3. Anong gagawin natin sa 6 to obtain 9? So plus 3. Okay, so ito rin, anong gagawin natin sa 9 to obtain 12? Plus 3. And then, gagawin natin sa 12 to obtain 15 plus 3. So, as you can see, meron tayong common differences. Okay, so, kung merong common differences, this sequence is arithmetic. Okay, so, kung arithmetic, pwede natin gamitin yung formula in sequences pagdating sa terms natin na a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus quantity n minus 1 times d. Okay, so we have here a sub n is equal to, ang a sub 1 natin, or yung first term natin is 3. We have 3. Okay, and then plus, unknown yung n natin, minus 1 times, we have a common difference for this sequence, which is 3. So, simplifying further, we have 3 plus, distribute. So, we have 3n minus 1 times 3 equals 3. Okay, so we will have now a sub n is equal to 3. Combining like terms, 3 minus 3 magiging 0. So, ano matitira? 3n. Okay, so through using the arithmetic sequence, iisa ang nakuha nating sagot. Next, how about if we have 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on? Okay, so tingnan natin kung merong common difference. Okay, so 1, to obtain 4, we are going to add 3. To obtain 9, we are going to add 5 sa 4. So we have 3, then 5. Okay, and then, anong gagawin natin sa 9 to obtain 16? We will add 7. Okay, and then, anong gagawin natin sa 16 to obtain 25? Okay, so we are going to add 9. Okay, so yung differences natin is magkakaiba ng number. Okay? So, kung magkakaiba ng number yan, we would say na hindi yan arithmetic. Okay? So, let us try, anak, kung ito ay geometric. Okay? Kapag ang 4 dinivide natin sa 1, ma-obtain natin ang 4. Diba? Okay. Pero kapag dinivide natin ang 9 kay 4, ang magiging sagot natin is 9/4. So, from that time na kinuha natin yung ratio, magkaiba ang nakuha nating sagot. So, therefore, hindi ito geometric. Okay, so kung hindi siya geometric and hindi rin siya arithmetic, okay, so let us observe the numbers here. We all know that 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25 are perfect square number. When we have 1, with respect to sa n natin, 1 times 1 equals 1. So, sa second term, with respect to sa n natin, na 2, so 2 times 2 equals 4. Okay, pagdating naman sa fifth term, 5 times 5 equals 25. So now, paano natin siya isusulat in general term? So we have a sub n is equal to n, okay, mula doon sa ating number of terms. Okay, and then, minultiply natin by itself. So we are going to write squared. Okay, a sub n is equal to n squared. And then when we try this, 1 times 1 equals 1, 5 times 5 equals 25. And swak siya dito sa ating sequence. Next, letter C. Okay, medyo komplikado ito. Okay, kasi meron tayong fractions. Okay, if we have negative 1/2, then 2/3, negative 3/4, then followed by 4/5. What can you say about the signs? Okay, doon sa signs natin ay alternate. Nagsimula tayo kay negative, then meron na rin tayong positive, then negative, then positive. So, paano natin siya isusulat? So, we have a sub n is equal to, okay, so pag nakita ninyo na meron tayong alternate na signs, maglalagay po tayo ng negative 1. Okay, negative 1. So, kapag ang first term natin is a negative, maglalagay lang kayo dyan ng n. Okay? So, halimbawa, kung ang first term mo is positive, pagdating dito sa exponent ng negative 1, maglalagay ka dyan ng plus 1. Okay? Plus 1. Okay? It is because when we try for the first term, this, okay, so, if you have negative 1, raised to 1, magiging negative 1 ang sagot. Okay? So, next is the fraction form. What can you say about the numerators ng ating terms? Are they the same with the number of terms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on? Yes. So, we would say na pwedeng nating ilagay sa numerator as n. Okay, next. What can you say about the denominators? Sila ay magkakasunod at nag-umpisa sa 2. Okay? And then, ano ang differences ng ating denominator? Isa lang. So, pwede natin masabi na n plus, nagdagdag tayo ng kada isa, kada denominator, so plus 1. Okay. So, the general term of this sequence is a sub n is equal to negative 1 raised to n times the fraction, which is n over n plus 1. Okay, so to check this, try natin ang a sub 1. A sub 1 is equal to negative 1 raised to 1. Okay, yung n natin is 1 times 1 over 1 plus 1. And we will see kung parehas pa siya doon sa ating first term. Okay, so we have negative 1 raised to 1, that is negative 1. Okay, and then times 1 over 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, negative 1 times 1/2, we will obtain negative 1/2. Parehas ba siya sa first term natin? Yes. Okay, now let us try another term. How about if we have a sub 3? A sub 3 is equal to negative 1 raised Now, let us try a sub 4 or yung fourth term natin. A sub 4 is equal to negative 1 raised to, ang n natin is 4 times 4 over 4 plus 1. Okay, simplifying this, we will have negative 1 raised to 4. That means we have negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. And kapag even yung ating exponent, magiging positive yung ating sagot. So, negative 1 raised to 4, that is positive 1. Okay, and then times 4 over 4 plus 1 equals 5. 1 times 4 over 5 is equal to 4 over 5. Is this the same with the fourth term ng ating sequence? Yes. Okay. So, we would say that the general term of this sequence is a sub n is equal to negative 1 raised to n times n over n plus 1. Next sequence, we have 2, negative 2, 2, negative 2, and 2 ulit. As you observe from this sequence, alternate ang ating signs. Positive, negative, then positive. And another observation is that pare-parehas ng merong 2. So, pwede natin isulat ang general form as a sub n is equal to 2 since pare-parehas na merong 2 times. Okay, so katulad sinabi ko kanina, pag meron tayong alternate signs, we are going to use a negative 1 raised to. Okay, so ngayon, check natin yung ating exponent. So, ang ating exponent ay magbabase doon sa first term natin, yung sign ng first term. Since ang first term natin ay nagsimula sa positive, therefore, maglalagay ka dyan ng n plus 1. Okay? So, let us see kung ito na yung pwede nating maging general form for this sequence. If we have a sub 1 is equal to 2, we will have 2 times negative 1 raised to, ang n natin is 1 since we are having the first term, so 1 plus 1. Simplifying this, so we have 2 times, okay, 1 plus 1, that is 2. So, negative 1 raised to 2. Okay, and then 2 times negative 1 raised to 2, magiging positive. So, 2 times 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so tama ba yung first term natin na positive 2? Yes. Okay, so let us try a sub 4. Okay, a sub 4 is equal to 2 times negative 1 raised to, ang n natin is 4, so 4 plus 1. Then it is equal to 2 times 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Okay, so negative 1 raised to 5, meaning negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1, then times negative 1. So, kapag odd ang ating exponent, ang magiging sign natin is negative. Okay, so times negative 1. Okay, so 2 times negative 1, the answer is negative 2. Parehas ba siya doon sa ating fourth term? Yes. Okay, it is the same with the fourth term of the sequence. Okay, another set of sequences. Okay, so we have 3, 7, 11, and 15. Okay, this time let us observe the sequences. Okay, and then let us identify kung ito ba arithmetic or geometric. Okay, so para ma-obtain ang 7 from 3, anong gagawin natin? Plus 4. To obtain 11, anong gagawin natin sa 7? Plus 4 din. Okay, so anong gagawin uli natin sa 11 to obtain 15? Plus 4. So again, we have common differences. So therefore, gagamitin natin arithmetic sequence. Wherein we have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, so in here, we have the first term of 3. Okay, first term natin dito sa sequence is 3. Okay, then plus n minus 1 times, ano ang differences natin? 4. Okay, so simplifying further, Okay, we will have a sub n is equal to 3 plus 4n minus 4. Okay, and then it is equal to 3 plus 4n minus 4. Simplifying this, combining like terms. So we have 4n, 3 minus 4 is equal to negative 1. So a sub n is equal to 4n minus 1. Next, letter B. How about if we have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and so on? Okay, when we have the arithmetic sequences, kailangan common ang differences nila. So, anong gagawin natin sa 1 to obtain 2? That is 1. Anong gagawin natin sa 4 to obtain 2 plus 2? Okay, so dito pala sa first two differences, magkaiba na sila. So, meaning, hindi ito arithmetic sequence. Okay, let us try geometric. Okay, in geometric, we are going to divide the second term dun sa first term natin. Okay, so 2 divided by 1, that is 2. Okay, and then susundan natin sa third term, divided by the second term. 4 divided by 2, that is 2 din. Okay, 8 divided by 4, that is 2. And 16 divided by 8, that is 2. Okay, so parang 1 times 2 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 4 times 2 equals 8. 8 times 2 equals 16. Okay, so hindi ito arithmetic. Therefore, ito ay geometric. Okay, and when we have a geometric sequence, we are going to use a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Okay, so in here, we have a sub n is equal to, ang first term natin is 1, and then our ratio is 2 raised to n minus 1. Okay, so 1 times 2 raised to n minus 1 is equal to a sub n is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. And this is now the general form of this, or general term of this sequence. Next, how about this? If we have 5, 5 over 2, 5 over 3, 5 over 4, then 1, then 5 over 6, and so on. Let us observe the sequences that we have here. As you can see, meron tayong 5, 5, 5 dun sa mga terms ng sequence natin. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang whole number and meron din tayong 4 given na naka-fractions. So, pinakamarami ang naka-fractions dito. So, let us try to convert the whole number into fractions. And we will see kung meron tayong makikitang pattern. Okay, again, when we have the general term, pattern ang hinahanap natin. Okay, so when we have 5, pwede natin siyang isulat in fraction as 5 over 1. Okay, so parang nakikita na natin yung pattern na 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so meron tayo dito. Kung gagawin natin na ang denominator natin dito is 5. Okay, 5. Tapos yung numerator natin are the same with 5. Okay, so tama, na-obtain natin yung 1. So 5 over 5. So, as you can see now, yung ginamit na natin 5 over 1 and 5 over 5, magkakaparehas na yung ating numerator. So, we have here the general term of this sequence. We have 5 over, okay, so since magkakasunod ang ating denominator with respect to sa number of n natin, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so we have n. So, a sub n is equal to 5 over n.